This is a Continental Army soldier from the American Revolution, and 240 years later, we have this modern American soldier. So how did we bridge the gap from a musket-wielding fool to an AR-toting nightmare to anyone else on Earth? Well, in my latest Daily Bricks video, I built a battle from every American war, and in the process, I bought an absolute metric ton of minifigures. So today, we're going to be taking a look at the evolution of American uniforms in LEGO. We're going to be going from the Revolutionary War all the way up to modern day, as well as everything in between. And don't worry, later in this video, there will be a chance to win a LEGO giveaway. So hit the like button, subscribe, and let's check out every American soldier in LEGO, baby. Now, naturally, the first variant of soldier we have is going to be the Revolutionary War soldier, and we have a few different variants of them. First, we have our standard Continental Army soldier, then we've got a nice little officer soldier here, and he's wielding his sword. Yeah, boy. And there's actually some variants of guns we can give to our revolutionary homie right here. We've got a flintlock musket right here, which is actually a custom. Costs about $1 for this tiny little thing, but it is what it is. Then you've got like your standard LEGO rifle, which some people count as muskets, but then you've got an actual LEGO musket, like this one right here, which I actually think is kind of fun. It looks a bit more like a blunderbuss. And then you can also equip your custom muskets with these bayonets here, which honestly look really great. So you can skewer some people, or they honestly do fit on standard muskets as well, and they come in many different colors and sizes. We've also got this tan musket right here, which I actually like a little bit less than the brown ones. I think the brown ones just have a cleaner look to them. This one's not spicy enough. You also have like your classic LEGO minifigures from the Pirates sets, which a lot of people use as Continental Army soldiers. And this one's from like a CMF. Many say it's George Washington, but I believe LEGO actually describes it as just a standard Continental soldier. This is George Washington right here. A custom, I believe from United Bricks, I want to say. He's got like a really fly looking petticoat, nice little saber, and some wispy hair. I think this is supposed to be like younger George Washington. And you can always mix and match the soldiers with different hats, different beards, and different mustaches, because there wasn't really too much regulation on facial hair and stuff like that back in the day. These uniforms really didn't change too much through the War of 1812. But while the uniforms and really the weaponry don't change that much, what does change is the leadership. And here we have James Madison, who was the president at the time. And also, I was using this minifigure as Andrew Jackson, and he actually has a very cool custom flintlock pistol, which I think looks good. And you know, there was also some heavy weaponry during these wars, mainly artillery cannons like this one here, and we have the shells for said artillery cannons as well inside of these boxes. And also a ton of cavalry was utilized at this time, making for flanks and charges and things like that. Very epic. But now we're going to move on to a war between brothers. That would of course be the Civil War, and this is my little baggy Civil War boys. On the side of the Union, we have the GOAT Abraham Lincoln and one of his generals, Ulysses S. Grant. He had a lot of generals during the war and fired so many because they wouldn't use good tactics, until Grant was like, yeah, I'll just yeet bodies into the fray. And then I attempted to make a Jefferson Davis the leader of the Confederacy, but he looks really bad. Yeah, this is a tough representation. Then we've also got Robert E. Lee here, and this is actually a Brick Mania minifigure, so you know it costs like 40 bucks. Yeah, I'm irresponsible. But it is a really good looking minifigure right here with a custom Colt revolver, custom painted. I mean, this guy is just incredible looking. Like, I really wish they had like a Ulysses S. Grant or a Sherman or something as well to go with him on Brick Mania, but they only have this guy. But he does look really good. So let's get into the troopers. Now, I actually purchased these troops specifically for this video, but I bought a bunch of them because I want to make more Civil War battles in LEGO, maybe on this channel. On the left, we obviously have the boys in blue, the heroes, the Union, and both sides come with these very cool looking Springfield custom rifles. And then on the right here, we have the Confederates. A little bit less detailed than the Union, but they still look pretty good. And both, of course, come with their floppy little hats. And yeah, I bought a load of these guys to make some Civil War battles in the future. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section below. And during the Civil War, they upgraded their guns to a lot of different like Armstrong guns and mortar guns and stuff like that. Even the Gatling gun was invented. However, I've never found a Lego Gatling gun before. That would have been sick. However, the Gatling gun was an extremely late war invention, so it wasn't utilized that much. Now, the uniforms for the Union pretty much persisted for quite a while. It wasn't until World War I just about that we started getting different uniforms for the American Army. Uncle Sam did a little modern upgrade for us. I don't actually have a crazy number of World War I American minifigures, but I do have this one United Bricks Doughboy, who looks really, really good. I mean, it's quintessential World War I Lego minifigure. And I do have some really cool accessories for him. Firstly, we've got some really cool machine guns. This is an MG08 with ammo clips extending out of it. I just think this thing looks incredible. And then also, I think this is a Hotchkiss machine gun. I don't remember, but it's got the like stick ammunition, which is just iconic World War I. And then custom barbed wire, custom molded to fit Lego. Honestly, the most realistic barbed wire ever, and big proponent of World War I. Look at the damage it's doing to him. Look at that. Look at that. That man is incapacitated. But it wouldn't be long before we get another uniform upgrade. World War II, baby. Oh, they fell on the ground. World War II, baby. And I have a lot of American World War II soldiers. Firstly, the European theater. Now, this is kind of the classic World War II custom soldier that you've seen a million times in stop motions. I have no idea who makes these, but they've got like the canteen and the tactical vest and stuff like that. I got this one on eBay. But then you can go ahead and upgrade that guy a little bit to have a custom printed torso, and I actually think these guys look really good. But then if you really step it up a notch, you've got the United Bricks custom soldiers. And these guys, for the price that they are, which I'm pretty sure they're like 17 USD or something along those lines, at least when I bought them, they were like 2 years ago. These guys are amazing looking. Really, really nice detailed customs, very realistic, and I have a few of these. This is another variant I have that I equipped with this really cool paint splash M1 pot helmet I found online. And then this is the heavy machine gunner variant, so I did give him the 50 caliber machine gun, and he looks absolutely scrum-diddly-umptious. You've also got another highly detailed classic yellow variant here, and this guy actually comes with a watch on his wrist, which is kind of cool, and a couple ammo pouches. This guy's from Battle Brick. We've also got our winter variants here, so this guy, for example, is from the Battle of the Bulge. He's covered in a little bit of snow, he's got his trench coat on, he's looking nice and cozy. Or then, we have a highly detailed airborne unit here, and he does have sort of the face paint on him. There's famous photos of Eisenhower addressing a bunch of face painted airborne soldiers before D-Day. Really, really detailed. This is another United Bricks soldier right here, and he is equipped with the bazooka. And I actually kind of made my own custom General Douglas MacArthur here. This is a custom hat with a United Bricks British torso, and then a custom pipe there as well to sort of make Douglas MacArthur. And he does bring us over to the Pacific Front, and these are actually all decaled Pacific World War II Marines. So I don't normally buy decaled troopers, but these ones were so good looking I just had to. They're also custom painted helmets, which turned out really nice. Usually painting helmets does not work out well at all, but I have to say these three gentlemen are definitely the exception. The decals look clean, the paint job looks clean. These are just some clean fellas. And then maybe one of the most influential men of all time, we've got ourselves Oppenheimer here. This is a BrickTactical.com custom Oppenheimer. It dropped when the movie Oppenheimer released. Now, for the next war, which is the Korean War, a lot of the World War II Pacific Front uniforms were reutilized during that war. It was so quick after World War II that not that many differences were made, and also a lot of World War II weapons like the Thompson here also used again during the Korean War. But I did purchase this custom-made Korean War minifigure from Brickmania. This one is specifically modeled after the Korean War uniforms of the time, and you can see it is indeed extremely similar to the Pacific War theater uniforms, and also the next war's uniforms, which would be Vietnam. This is your standard Vietnam War era grunt. This is pretty much the same soldier, but with a pretty cool dual molded sniper rifle. And then, of course, we need the obligatory Vietnam War ironic peace helmet soldier right there. Yes, sir. These are just common soldiers, though. We've also got this really cool Vietnam War era Huey gunship pilot, and we have a couple soldiers to go with him. The M60 Airman Gunner here, who chills inside of the Huey and drops some enemies. That's the sound of a machine gun. I did a good job with that.
Stop it. Get some help.
And then we have a jumpsuit co-pilot right here. So these three pretty much make up the Vietnam War era Air Force. And honestly, the Vietnam War lasted so long that you can use Korean War soldiers in it and they wouldn't look out of place. As well, for early war Vietnam, you can use USMC Pacific Front Marines from World War II, because the war was just spanning eras of technology, so they wouldn't look too out of place. But now we're getting into the modern era of Army soldiers. Now, the modern era of warfare for the US Army is fairly extensive. Firstly, we have these Gulf War soldiers, which are actually fakes, but they look so good. And I managed to purchase 3 of them on eBay. I couldn't find these guys anywhere else, but again, they're perfect for Gulf War, aka like Desert Storm, Desert Shield soldiers. And we've got a couple of real Lego troopers, aka customs, which also fit sort of the Desert Storm, Desert Shield bill, I would say. These guys are actually battle brick custom torsos and legs with custom battle brick helmets, as well as one officer's cap right there. But then the gas masks that these guys are wearing are from bricktactical.com. I replaced their yellow heads with gas masks because gas masks were extremely common during the Gulf War. So those are those guys. Then we have like incredibly generic US soldier. I don't love these guys. It's basically just like armor on a tan minifig, and I have one more of those troopers right here. I just have never been impressed by these guys ever. I don't think they look that good. A slight upgrade to those fellas are the CCT troopers, and I actually have a second one of them right here, and these guys do have like a little bit more armor printing and just more armor in general, so they look a little bit better, but still, for modern US soldiers, it's not my favorite. What is my favorite is going to be something like this, and this is actually a Brick Tactical US Army trooper from Battlefield 3, I believe, to be exact. It's the support trooper from that, and it is so detailed. It looks so clean and so nice. I love this guy. He was actually in a giveaway that no one has claimed from like 4 weeks ago, so he's just sick looking. I really like the way this dude looks. And then the rest of my modern US Army troopers are actually from Brickmania. This guy right here used to have just a standard officer's cap, but I did replace it with a helmet with night vision goggles. I think it looks 10 times better with that, as well as I gave him a headset. And this guy came with a Humvee I purchased a while ago, as did this trooper right here, who has an incredible looking custom helmet, and these guys just have really good printing on them. But I've had them for a while, so you might have seen them in a few videos. That's where we get some of the new Brickmania troopers that I purchased recently. This is a Marine right here, and he's got such like a youthful face. Honestly, his face is the one thing that doesn't do it for me here. I might swap it out with a more grizzly looking face because it looks like something from like a Playmobil. I don't know. The rest of the printing though on this guy is absolutely impeccable. He looks so good otherwise. But yeah, that face is terrible. They did a better job with this trooper here, who is just a standard rifleman. And this guy actually also looks like he's probably Desert Storm / Desert Shield. Not as modern, but still a really good looking minifigure. I just can't get over it. And his face doesn't look stupid. And then finally, we have this night vision goggle trooper here. This is a Navy SEAL, and he looks incredible, extremely detailed. He does have a custom molded NVG helmet attachment right there. My one gripe is you can't flip these up. Other companies have managed to make these flip up and look really cool that way, but Brickmania just hasn't. He also has a custom printed M16A4 rifle here, which actually is supposed to go with the Playmobil looking guy, but I felt like it was wasted on him, so I gave it to the Navy SEAL instead because it looks way more dope, baby. So yeah, boys, we have pretty much every era of US uniform here, from the American Revolution to the American Civil War to World War II, to the Vietnam War, and finally to modern tactical gear. This has been so fun to do, and I might make a part 2 in a few years when more minifigure customs have come out, because I think we can get way more detailed with the Civil War and the American Revolution, but there just aren't that many great, really detailed customs for those guys yet. Also, Vietnam is seriously lacking, but World War II and modern, there are so many customs, and I think they just look fantastic here, boys. Either way, guys, I'm going to be giving away this Red Coat officer and this American Continental Army officer to you guys. All you have to do is hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below which uniform or era of the United States Army was your favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.